Thank you so much for the kind introduction, Manpreet. Today we are going to talk about a case study from the Nagpur branch. For The client name is Aishwarya KM. Just to give a initial background with regards to her health was there was a complete hormonal imbalance. She had irregular menstrual cycles characterized by extremely infrequent periods. Her hormonal health was has been fluctuating throughout the years earlier, and we helped her to balance her body's natural rhythm. Okay, but to initially give you certain background with regards to PCOS and PCOD. PCOD is a disorder wherein there are multiple immature eggs which form cysts around the ovaries. The common symptoms generally include irregular periods due to the accumulation of immature follicles. There is also seen weight gain or bloating with regards to the elevated insulin levels in the body. There is mild hormonal imbalance and also difficulty with regular ovulation. If we talk about PCOS, this is much serious hormonal disorder that affects the metabolism. The common symptoms generally include absent ovulation. Okay, with regards to the excess androgen, it also the general symptoms also include hirsutism, that is facial hair growth, which is generally seen in men, acne, alopecia. These are all the symptoms due to excessive androgen or testosterone. Okay, this is also characterized by insulin resistance and weight gain, and the most important part is difficulty in conceiving. In PCOD, generally the fertility is preserved as well, but in PCOS there is high chance that the fertility will not be in place. If we talk about the prevalence, today 30 to 50 million women in India suffer from PCOS and PCOD, and there's a rising prevalence amongst teenage girls and also adolescents. If we talk about the client, Miss Aishwarya KM, she was 26 years old when she enrolled at the Nagpur branch. She had a PCOS history of 5 years. In terms of her medical parameters or the blood parameters, the HbA1c level was 5.5. This showed an increased level, proportionately increased insulin levels, and her LDL was also elevated. Her goal was fat loss and hormonal balance. If we talk about in greater details about the client history, she had been managing PCOS since 2020. This included her mood swings, emotional irregulation. Also, the cycles were highly irregular. She did not have her cycles for almost a year. Later on, when she started to work on her health, her initial menstrual cycles returned somewhere around in March and April. These were naturally present, and also she had to induce one in May. When she induced the menstrual cycle with regards to the medication, this included high issues with her side effects like mood swings, bloating, irregular sleep as well. We are the case conductors. I was her metabolic health coach, and Manish sir was her performance coach. As a nutritionist, my approach majorly was to support her PCOS, her emotional fluctuations, and of course the other aspects of her health as well. Manish sir was the performance coach. He majorly targeted on her core, which was very weak in the initial parts of the health program. Now, Manish sir will be talking about the all the workout routine. But before, we'll also have a look at the body analysis report. She was a transfer client to me. Her first BCA or the seventh BCA at the Nagpur branch had weight at around 69 kgs. Her skeletal muscle was 21.2, and body fat mass was at 28.1 kgs, and her body fat percentage proportionately was 40.7%. In the last BCA, that was the 10th BCA, her body fat percentage dropped to 37.3, attributing to 24.7 kgs. Skeletal muscle also was maintained at 21.3 kgs, and her weight also dropped at around somewhere by 3 kgs. I guess there's some network issue. Let me continue with the fitness assessment as well. In the initial parts, the lethargy was occasionally low during her workout routine as well, and she also had an injury in and around her shoulder. Also, the medication had certain side effects. There was continuous daytime drowsiness. There were mental fatigue as she had extended screen exposures due to her work commitments. With regards to strength, the difficulty was there to perform a controlled set as her core was specifically weak. She was not able to maintain stability under any load or even with regards to her body weight. There was imbalance in movements with right and left side. She was dominant on the right side more than the left side. If we talk about the muscular endurance test, there was continuous inability to sustain repetitive contractions. As I said, there was early fatigue as well, even during body squats. This shows that her strength was a bit on the lower side. When we talk about the flexibility test, the hip flexors was specifically tight, and the lumbar extension was also there. There was some issues with her lumbar extension as well due to the, again, as I said, with the work commitments due to prolonged sitting hours. Her posterior chain was also specifically poor, and Manish sir helped her with regards to the same as well. If we talk about the challenge set, the challenge descriptions, the first challenge was majorly to focus on the core and glutes, improving her posture, reducing the pressure on the tailbone, and of course that to restore the mobility in the hips. If we talk about the timeline, the journey began by improving her lower back strength, and there was also an injury in her tailbone area. That's the reason Manish sir specifically worked on her core and the injury and all the other symptoms. If we talk about the checkpoints, as I said earlier, the strength was majorly lower into the major muscle groups. The core glute activation in the core was specifically weak. Upper body was specifically also weak with regards to pull and push movements, and the cardiovascular endurance was specifically low. In the initial week, as you can see with the PT sheets and everything, the first week majorly focused on the pain tolerance by combining rehabilitation exercises along with the rehab coach at Nagpur branch. The second week majorly focused upon the lower back stiffness, activating her core and glutes by introducing very low weight, low resistance full body exercises. Majorly the emphasis was on correct posture, breathing, and slow controlled repetitions with low intensity sessions. The third week majorly was focusing upon the workout was kept almost the same as her resistance and her strength was rising gradually. In the fourth week, good significant changes were observed with a reduction in lower back and tailbone pain. The members successfully established a strong foundation, and necessary neurological pathways were also improved, helping her to stabilize herself during her workouts. From fifth to eighth, we crossed the intermediate state in the beginner state, and we entered the intermediate level. This from fifth week to the eighth week, the major focus was improving the overall strength and endurance. All the training included the intermediate structure. The training included combining upper body and lower body workouts. Cardio and core sessions were also included to improve our cardiovascular and cardiorespiratory endurance. On the week 9th and week 12th, the major change we could see here with the training volume, the intensity was continuously going up. Upper body and lower body sessions were still continued. Cardio sessions were also continued. She also used to cycle around her office to increase her cardiorespiratory endurance as well. The major goal in this phase was to elevate her performance, also improve her muscular endurance, and to, of course, prepare the client to enter into the advanced progression with regards to her workouts. These were the fitness tests. If you can, I'll wait at this slide for a couple of seconds so that you can have a look. And now let's talk about the nutrition. The major challenge with regards to Aishwarya ma'am was she used to live in a PG, and there were certain restrictions. She loves chicken, but there was specific restriction not to cook chicken at her place. That's the reason she majorly had chicken from outside. And the meal frequency, if we talk about the meal frequency, she had 3 meals despite her continuous work commitments. She generally still managed to cook all of her meals on her own. Still, she could not cook chicken at her place, and the best part is that she moved out of the place just to have chicken and live a stress-free life. If we talk about the physical activity and intensity, as I told you earlier, it began from the beginner level and now has reached the intermediate level. Her sleep was also a big thing to improve upon, as she had long working hours, and of course there was also screen time. That's the reason the sleep was specifically delayed. But as and when her workouts and other routines developed and progressed, she also saw a very good improvement into her sleep as well. Her appetite generally did not change. She was initially put on a seed cycling thing for her PCOS symptoms, but she specifically did not like seed cycling. That's the reason I had completely stopped that and just introduced good amount of protein, increased her protein throughout the program. The initial changes with respect to her nutrition plan was, the challenge was majorly just to gain strength, and of course on the other hand also balance her endocrine system or the complete hormonal balance. I added more and more protein gradually as she could digest a good amount of protein, and as her endurance and strength was specifically increasing during her workouts, she could also manage to have almost proteins in every meal of her day. For the supplementation part, initially in the first meal plan, I introduced LiveFix. As we know that LiveFix majorly takes care of the liver health in general, and also in the first plan I had added chromium picolinate 400 mcg of the Healthy Hair brand. This helped her manage her PCOS symptoms gradually, and we could see a very good improvement in all the symptoms with regards to her PCOS. These are the meal plans. There were just two meal plans given to her. In the initial meal plan, I have also added apple cider vinegar and lemon, the concoction of ACV and lemon juice in the early mornings. There were certain eggs, chicken, paneer in almost all her meals. In the second meal plan, I just made a few changes as she had changed her workout from mornings to evenings, and I also added a whey protein post workout. These are her blood work. Initially, during April, her HbA1c level was 5.5. Whenever the HbA1c marker goes above 5.5, we can see it is also attributed to elevated levels of insulin. And as we know that whenever there is an environment of high insulin in the body, the insulin levels, majorly higher insulin levels, chronically if the levels are high, it promotes your ovaries to make more and more of androgens, that is the male dominant hormone testosterone, and that's the reason that messes up the complete menstrual cycle. At around a time of August, 29th of August, her HbA1c dropped down to 5.3. We can also see a very good drop in her average glucose levels from 111 to 105. This also helped her in improving her lipid profile. The cholesterol levels were 241 earlier, and currently they are 182. The triglycerides were 149, and they have dropped down to 83. We can also see a very good improvement in her total cholesterol to HDL ratio. Currently, when we started at the foundation level, as I told that majorly we focused upon her symptoms of PCOS, menstrual irregularities, also her emotional patterns, sleep routine, and of course digestion. Lifix also helped her with a lot with regards to her constipation issues as well. In the metabolic fix, I increased the amount of protein to increase her metabolism, and we managed to reach the growing level. Her cycle improved from severe irregularity, that is just a single period per year, to consistent monthly bleeding and natural ovulation, showing meaningful hormonal progress. These are certain meal pictures that you can see. It was a normal homemade food she used to cook for herself. Thank you.